Assalamualaikum and hi to our respected judges and audience. My name is Hana Maisarah binti Muhammad Hambal and I am a food science and technology student from UiTM Cawangan Negeri Sembilan, Kampus Kuala Pilah. Today, I will present my project titled Impact of Sourdough Fermentation and Baking Temperature on Calcium-Fortified Sourdough Bread. So this innovation focuses on improving nutrition while supporting food security. Here is a quick overview of my presentation. I will begin with the introduction and objectives, then describe the product and novelty, explain the methodology, present key results, and finally share the conclusion and significance of this innovation. In Malaysia, food insecurity is still a concern, especially for groups lacking calcium. Since bread is widely eaten, adding calcium to it can be an easy and affordable way to improve daily intake. Sourdough bread is now popular because it is healthier. The natural fermentation helps with digestion, gut health, and better mineral absorption. Unlike gluten-free bread, sourdough still supports calcium intake since it's made from wheat. So, my study had 3 objectives, which include to evaluate the changes of calcium content in fortified sourdough bread, to investigate the effects of microbial fermentation towards calcium content and physicochemical properties, and to analyze the effect of baking temperature towards the calcium content in fortified sourdough bread. Our innovation is calcium-fortified sourdough bread. It helps fight calcium deficiency, has lower gluten than normal bread, and still keeps a good texture. Since bread is a staple in Malaysia, it's easy for people to accept. So this product can provide added nutrition for children, elderly, and vulnerable groups while also having strong potential for commercialization as a functional food. Let's move on to novelty. Our innovation is the first in Malaysia to focus on calcium-fortified sourdough bread. It tackles 2 key issues, which are calcium deficiency and reduced gluten for better digestibility. The advantages are that fermentation helps improve mineral absorption, the bread remains tasty with good texture, and also supports national dietary guidelines and food security goals. Next, for the methodology, 2 breads formulation were prepared, which include control bread with commercial yeast and sample bread with sourdough starter. Both were fortified with calcium carbonate. Analysis included calcium determination using AAS, microbial counts of lactic acid bacteria, pH measurement, protein and gluten analysis, and texture profile tests for firmness and springiness. For this project, the sourdough was prepared using a starter that was left for 8 to 12 hours. Then, all ingredients were added into the bread maker, starting with liquids followed by dry ingredients. The dough was mixed and fermented. Sourdough fermentation occurred for 6 to 8 hours, while control bread only took 2 hours. After that, both were baked at 170 degrees Celsius for 1 hour, then cool and stored. Each bread was fortified with about 900 milligrams of calcium carbonate, which is safe and meets most of the daily calcium needs. On the right, you can see the simple formulation table comparing control and sourdough bread. Moving on to the key results from the analysis. The results for the calcium content showed that both breads lost calcium after baking due to heat, but still retained significant amounts. For the microbial analysis, the amount of LAB increased during fermentation, proving active microbial growth. Next, the results of pH analysis showed that sourdough became more acidic, showing stronger fermentation. Besides, there was slightly higher protein content in sourdough bread than control bread, which aligned with the expected range of protein in bread flour. Additionally, the gluten in sourdough reduced drastically after fermentation, making it suitable for those seeking lower gluten options. And lastly, for texture analysis, the firmness and springiness were maintained, meaning that the bread still had good quality. In conclusion, calcium-fortified sourdough bread successfully improves nutritional value while keeping texture and taste acceptable. It supports food security by addressing calcium deficiency and provides a healthier option compared to gluten-free breads, which are often nutrient poor. So this innovation is practical for Malaysia's market, where bread consumption continues to grow and can benefit especially the vulnerable groups. So that concludes my presentation, and thank you for your time and attention.